Our targets are not expensive. You just have a poor mindset. Here are 5 things that are more expensive than our steel target systems. Kicking it off with number 1, streaming, Netflix, and other subscription services. According to one study, average American spends about $46 per month on those subscriptions. And look, I'm guilty of this too, but most of it that we subscribe to is brain rot. It doesn't actually give us any value. It wastes our time and it helps us to continue to become more and more lazy. That's $46 a month coming out of your pocket on average, spent on stuff that you don't need. Coffee. Coffee is a big topic, and as a coffee lover, a guy who drinks way too much coffee every single day, Americans spend an absurd amount on our coffee because what happens is on the way to work, we stop by the coffee shop, we spend $8 on that coffee, on the way home we get coffee, and that's just the average American. So an average American spends about $100 per month on coffee, and that is one of those things that it is not necessary. It's something we like. I'm not saying you have to stop doing it, but it's a lot of money. And there's a better way to do it, and you've seen very wealthy people come out and say simple things like making your coffee at home are the way that you can save enough money to be able to save that money and keep it building up instead of just depleting it on stuff that we don't need. One of the ways you can do that is just make the coffee at home every morning. Make enough of it so you can have it in a thermos. Invest in a quality thermos so that you can take it to work. And hey, if you want to save money on coffee instead of going out to get junk coffee at a major chain, check out our website because we've got some amazing coffee options for you. This is our half-inch reduced C-zone target system. This is on the Exodus side of our website, and this is the most popular system that we sell. This current one on camera here is half-inch AR550. This is one of my personal targets that we've used going back and forth to the range. It's got a 2x4 top bracket and our Gen 3 20-inch base. This is the absolute most popular system that we sell because it's close range rifle rated. The half-inch plate has a lifetime warranty, which means you will literally use this target plate forever. Now, at the time of making this video, this target system costs about $440. So if you were breaking that out over the course of a year, it's about $36 per month. Over 2 years, about $18 a month, etc. Now, obviously, that's not gonna wear out in a year or 2 years. This is a forever system. So you get the benefit of that investment over your entire life with a very, very high performance target system. But when you see a $440 price tag, if you're one of those people that are like, ooh, I cannot afford that, to my far right, we have a reduced C-zone in our Genesis line. So this is more budget friendly. It's 3/8 inch AR500. At the time of making this video, that target system is $244. So if you broke that out over the course of 12 months, we would have 244 divided by 12. That's $20 a month. Again, it's not gonna wear out in a year. You get the benefit of a lifetime system that's going to help you to train to become a better protector. And at the end of the day, guys, what I'm trying to challenge you to do is stop buying the 17th rifle. Stop buying that next plate carrier. Maybe you don't need night vision and thermal right now. Maybe you don't need all that gear. Maybe you need to invest in skills that are actually going to help you in the event that you need to use your firearm for self-defense. These target systems are how you will train efficiently. They will give you that immediate feedback, the safety of training on quality steel. You will gain a lot of benefits. It's going to help you out in the long run. If you want more information on these 2 target systems, down in the description, I've got links directly to them. I'm gonna encourage you guys, put them in your shopping cart and then look at it and think, what can I cut out of my budget to be able to afford these things now so that I can invest in myself and my family's future. Number 3, alcohol. Yes, I'm gonna pick on all of you alcoholics in the viewing section there. The average American spends about $583 per freaking year on alcohol. And look, guys, I love having a cigar with a whiskey every once in a while. I like to have a beer occasionally, but you cannot tell me that you do not have the money if you are spending $583 per year on alcohol. There's nothing wrong with enjoying a drink every once in a while, but if every single payday you are rolling to the beer store to buy 36 cans of beer, you might want to check those priorities, and it's probably costing you way more money than you would ever know. Again, the average American is spending almost $600 per year on that alcohol, and at the end of the day, alcohol doesn't do anything good for us. It adds a ton of negative side effects to our life. It can help lead us to bad decisions if we're using it recklessly. I'm not against alcohol, but we've got to think, if we are making excuses to not invest in ourselves and then we're spending $600 on alcohol every single year, our priorities are kind of out of whack, don't you think? This one's gonna ruffle some feathers, and it is gambling. So I read a study where 62% of Americans say that they have gambled in the last 12 months. And of those 62% of people that are gambling, on average, they are spending $1,000 or more per year on gambling. And I know you guys think you're gonna win. You are just so convinced if you keep spending that money, eventually the state will reward you with millions of dollars and they'll pillage you for 40% of it when you do get that lump sum, but it's just not likely to happen. You are burning cash, you are wasting money. And I'm not against occasionally going out and doing that kind of thing. Again, I'm not sitting here saying never, ever, ever do this. But if you come to us and say your product is too expensive, I can't afford it, and then you're spending $1,000 a year on gambling, your priorities are out of whack. You should really look at that from a financial standpoint, make some changes, and dial that in, because that's the average American. And that is a freaking crazy statistic to me, because the chances of you winning are so low. But what if your family needs you? A lot of you guys are saying, I would do anything for my family. Are we willing to cut out stuff that is wasting our money, our resources, and our ability to do just that? Or is that statement, I would die for my family, just a statement and we're actually not that disciplined? Food for thought. Okay, of all the ones that I think are really gonna make some people upset, it is eating out every single week. I'm guilty of this, and I'll explain what my wife and I do every week. However, the average American that eats out every week is spending $2,500 per year. Now, I have this thing with my wife where we date every single week. We get some sort of takeout, we do some sort of thing. It's part of our budget, it's part of our plan. If it's part of your budget and it's part of your plan and it is being used to date your significant other, I think you get a pass. But if you are just recklessly spending money going out and eating every single day, multiple times a day, on average, you're gonna spend about $2,500 per year. If you don't believe me, track those receipts for about a month and you're gonna see, because if I go to Wawa on the way home, or a local gas station, or even just a pizza joint on the way home, for my wife and I to date and have a meal, it's gonna be about $30, $35, $40. If I do that 4 times, that's $160. Multiply that by 12 and you start to see how that adds up so fast. Again, like all of these things on this list, I'm not saying to never do it. I'm just saying that if you're standing there saying, this XYZ thing is too expensive, I can't afford it, and then you are having these spending habits you're not tracking, they're not part of your budget, they're not a structure, I think we need to dial in that discipline a little bit. Because I'm feeling spicy today, I've got a 6th one for all you guys. This is a bonus round for you. I love my dog, but it is a pain in the butt and he is super expensive. On average, Americans spend about $800 per year on their pet. That doesn't even include if your dog tries to commit suicide like mine did one time. That's a different story for a different day, but that was a very expensive vet bill. Long story short, pets are expensive. You don't have one right now and finances are tight. Adding a pet to your family life is not going to make you wealthy. It is not going to give you flexibility. It is going to pillage you of money. And although you feel like your pet it is not a child, it is not one of your children, it is an animal. And I question whether or not it's wise for us to spend thousands a year on animals, but if that's part of your budget and you've structured it as such, don't make excuses, that's fine. Again, I'm not trying to say you guys shouldn't do this. However, I do think it's important for us to analyze before we just get on the internet and we type all these comments saying this product or that product is too expensive, I can't afford it. Audit what you are spending your money on. So I know I just ruffled some feathers. I have some other statistics here as I close out this video. 37% of Americans say they spend too much money eating out. 35% say they spend too much on their children. 29% say they spend too much on entertainment. 26% say they spend too much on their pets. And the list goes on. And nearly 8 in 10 Americans spend money on things they don't remember and they don't use. It's craziness, 8 in 10. And you know what? I'm part of that too. I guarantee you, you are as well. And the reality is, as Americans, we are lazy. We have so much wealth in our country. We have so much comfort in our country. So we have this ability to make excuses about our finances. And look, every single week on our YouTube channel, we see comments of people saying things like, that Target system's $400. Holy cow. That one's so expensive. Holy cow, I could never afford that. Why are they so expensive? And at the end of the day, our product is priced aggressively for what you get. You get a high quality system. If you get our 1/2-inch systems, you get a lifetime warranty. It's a product that will serve you forever. Think about that. Like I said earlier in the video, when you break out the cost of one of our Target systems over 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years, what else have you spent money on a subscription or an unnecessary expense recently that pays you back the way that a steel Target system would? The vision of this company is to inspire individuals to become capable providers and protectors. Our systems, the products that we manufacture, enable you to train to actually be able to provide for your family. I'm asking you guys just to audit your expenses, and I'm speaking specifically to all of you guys that get in the comments and say, I can never afford it, it's too expensive. Wow, why are you charging so much? The reality is, if you audit your expenses, you take a deep, hard look inside and say, am I spending my money wisely? And can I cut anything out? You could, 100%, I guarantee it. I guarantee you could afford one of these target systems, and you would be able to put it on your range, and you will see the benefit of training on steel quickly. This is a product that is a legacy system meant to last you guys forever, and that is absolutely no joke. So all I'm asking you to do, and all I'm trying to do, is shake you awake and say, man, if you find yourself as one of those people that's making those excuses, do an audit of yourself. And I remember this one man in my life who was a mentor to me, who came and shook me awake as I was a young adult and really made me analyze some of the choices I was making and some of the things that I thought I believed. And at the moment, it was very abrasive. It was very offending, I guess. I'm a millennial. I guess we just get offended anyway, right? But after that, after I sat down and I realized what his intention was, that he cared about me so much that he said the truth to me, that he spoke truth into me, it changed my life, and I altered my path, and I changed some things. So here's what I'm challenging you to do. One, you need to be training for the sake of your family. This is a wild time in our history. There's economic crisis. There's stock market issues. People are concerned about money, yet here we are blowing it. I'm asking you guys to invest in something for yourself. And if it ends up not being one of our systems, it's something else that you want to prioritize, so be it. But look at your expenses, cut out stuff that you can get rid of, and then invest in something that allows you to actually get to the point where you could fight for your family and actually provide for them in a meaningful way. And that's the objective of this video. I know I ruffled some feathers. I might have pissed you off, but I care about you. And I want you to win. I want you to succeed, and I want you to train smart and be capable, not only for your family, but for you. You are investing in yourself, your community, everybody around you, and everybody that you love. So if that made you mad, if you're pissed off, there is a great way to get back at me. There's a comment section down there. The trade that we're gonna make here is you comment, boosts engagement, more people see it, more people angered, more people comment. We'll engage in those and have a little bit of fun down in the comment section. Make it spicy if you want. No excuses though, because I'll swing back. Guys, there's things we can cut out. We can become more disciplined. We can become more capable. I wish you all the best. See you in the next one.